So this weekend, I was searching for images and I came upon a beautiful image of the lotus flower. And it was multicolored. It was an artist's rendering. It was quite beautiful. But it made me think about the importance of the lotus flower in yoga practice. It is also a sacred flower in Buddhist practice. And in fact, the a key chant in Buddhism is Om Mani Padme Hum. And what that translates to is the jewel in the lotus. And that jewel in the lotus is the jewel of clarity and enlightenment. In yoga, the lotus represents clarity and purity of heart, and also the ability of the lotus flower to emerge from the murky waters. It grows from the mud, it starts in mud, deep in mud, and grows up struggles like the struggles we have in our life, and struggles, and then it comes up above the water in these beautiful, pristine, pink flowers, a symbol of enlightenment and opening up to the light and moving through the darkness into that light. So close your eyes with that in mind, thinking about the journey of the lotus. Take a deep breath and let it go. And continue to take a few more deep breaths, deep breaths. Fill your lungs up, and very long, slow exhale to relax your whole body. After your next exhale, return to your natural breath. Bring your hands together. We're going to do a mudra, which is a gesture. And you're going to press your fingertips together and let your knuckles reach out to the sides. Bring your forearms together if that's comfortable. And bring this bud of the lotus flower all the way down. You'll have to open up your forearms a bit, all the way down. And then on an inhale, begin to rise up against the darkness, closing your forearms if possible. Keep your thumbs and pinkies together. And as you rise to embrace the light, open all of your fingers to create the lotus flower. Padma, the lotus. Exhale, begin to bring your petals together at night. The lotus flower closes its petals to protect that jewel of enlightenment. Inhale, lift, open up your petals. Exhale, release. All right. Bring your arms down alongside your hips. Side body stretch. Open up your heart. So press the hand that's on the mat a little bit. Twist from the waist and open up your heart. Drop your right shoulder. And then you're going to straighten your arm and lift up a little. You're still stretching some. And then you're going to fold back down, stretching. Straighten your arm, rise up. Fold over. Darkness into light when you reach up for the light. Exhale as you reach down. Bring both arms to center, over to the other side. Stretching, open up your heart. that beautiful lotus heart. Feel the stretch on your side body, opening up your heart. Straighten your arm, lift up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Bring both arms up to center. Send your arms back behind you. Yoga mudra behind you, knuckles, fingers interlaced on your knuckles. Inhale, look up, open up your heart. Inhale, exhale, fold over your legs any amount. On an inhale, begin to unfold. Release your arms, shake out. Right. So if your legs need a little release, you can switch the crossing of your legs. You can shake them out and come back, or if they're just fine where they are, let's leave them there. Bring your hands on to your knees and long, tall spine. Inhale, exhale, you're going to fold from your hip joint as far down as your long, straight spine allows. So you're not going to curl down. You want to keep that nice long spine. So you just stop wherever your body requests that you stop for this to keep your back long and straight. Inhale, lift up. Begin to slide your torso back, keeping your spine straight. Your hands are still on your knees. So you're not going to go as far as you can go. You're going to go only as far as your straight arms allow. Inhale, exhale, bend your elbows, come forward. Keep that spine straight and long. Inhale, come back up. Send your spine back behind you, straight arms. Exhale again, coming forward. And inhale, come up to a neutral spine. Send your spine forward and over to the left, back behind you, making circles, making hip circles. Just circle around. Next time you're facing forward, pause and go the other way. And then the next time you're pointing forward, pause and come up to a neutral spine. Right. Bring the soles of your feet together and let's shake our legs out first. Rotate your legs, shake them, and then bring the soles of your feet together. Bring your hands to your shins. We're not going to do cats and dogs just yet. You're going to butterfly your legs. You're going to pause. You're going to bring your arms back alongside your hips. You're going to send your right leg over your left, look over your right shoulder. You're going to come to center on an inhale. On an exhale, left over right, look over your left shoulder. Continue this way, pausing in the center for your inhale, exhaling when you go to the side, making sure you look over your opposite shoulder in the opposite direction of your knees. Open and close. Open and close. And then come back to center when you get to center. All right. Hands on your shins again. And this time we're going to do cats and dogs, but a little differently. We're going to do our little dolphin dive. So you're going to send your nose down between your legs on an exhale. You're going to inhale as you come up. As you begin to curl your spine behind, you start your exhale, 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 inhale, 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 exhale. Continuing to dive under the water and come up to take some air. Next time your spine is curling backwards and your arms are straight, pause. And then just come up to a neutral spine. Right. Straighten your legs straight out in front of you. Do a little, whatever you call this. All right. Bring your right knee into your chest. Open it out to the side. Square your shoulders with the edge of your mat. Arms reach long alongside your ears, fingers reaching for the sky. And remember, this foot can be anywhere along your bent, the foot of your bent leg can be anywhere along the inside of your left leg. Inhale deeply, engage your abdominal muscles, and on your exhale, fold over your extended leg any amount. Look down, crown of your head reaching forward. Wherever you are, even if you're up this high, you want to keep that crown of your head moving towards the sky. You're looking down. Look up, release your right hand and follow your fingers as they reach for the sky. As they come down alongside your hip, going to use your left arm as your propeller. You're going to swing it away and come up onto your shin and send your left arm alongside your left ear, stretching your whole left side body this time. Then use your left arm to guide you back down. Right. Bring your right ankle over your left thigh. So remember that that left leg is still active. It didn't go to sleep. You want those toes pointing to the ceiling. You're going to take your foot and your knee into your hand, and you can get it a little closer to your chest if you bend your left knee, bringing that right pigeon leg close to your body. Take hold of your leg, yeah, and then lengthen your left leg. Then rock your leg from side to side like you're cradling a baby to sleep. What you're really doing is opening up your hip joint. Come to center. Place your right foot outside your left thigh. Wrap your left arm around your leg. Look over your right shoulder. Lift your right arm. Inhale, on an exhale, counter twist over to the other side, looking over your opposite shoulder. Lift your, oh, we're doing that already, right. Right. For our counter twist, twist back to center, extend your legs, shake them loose. All right. Come to Dandasana, legs straight out in front of you, hands alongside your hips, elbows reaching back. Oh, we didn't do the left side? Oh, all right, never mind. Bring your left leg in. You can thank Bill for being here. Open it out to the side. Square your shoulders. Lift your arms overhead. Inhale, and on your exhale, engage your abdominal muscles. Come over your extended leg. Release your left arm, follow your fingers as they reach up for the sky, as your hand comes down alongside your hip. Your propeller in action, come up onto your left shin, arm alongside your ear for a side body stretch. And then let your right arm lead you back down. Ankle over thigh. Bring your leg closer to your chest by bending your right knee, sliding it forward. Take hold of your foot and your knee, and then extend your right leg. And then rock your little baby from side to side. Right, and bring your leg back down, placing your foot outside your right thigh, knee pointing up to the sky. Wrap your right arm around your left leg. Twist to look over your left shoulder. Left arm reaches up to the sky, fingers pointing upward. Inhale, on an exhale, counter twist. Bring both arms up alongside your ears, come back to center, uncross your legs. All right, which brings us back to Dandasana. All right. Hands alongside your hips, elbows reaching back, toes to the sky. Inhale, exhale, slide forward. Inhale, slide back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, keep your spine straight as possible. Go only as far as you can keep your back long and flat. And then come back to center. Bring your feet, both your feet, to the mat. All right. Hold the backs of your thighs with your hands, just hold them. Come on to your tiptoes, right? Ballerina tiptoes, right? So your back will naturally slide back a little bit. You're going to use your abdominal muscles here to help you with this pose. You're going to lift one leg and bring it down. Lift the other at parallel to the mat, and then you're going to go back and forth. And then both your legs are going to meet midair, right angles, legs parallel with the mat. Maybe you'll release one arm, maybe not. Maybe you'll release the other arm, maybe not. Maybe you'll release both arms, maybe not. And then come up to sit. Right. You're going to walk your feet a little bit farther apart towards the edge of your mat. You're going to allow your knees to just splay open. And you're going to thread your right arm underneath your right leg. Say hello to your hand. And then the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to walk your feet in a little closer. Come onto your tiptoes. No, better yet, come onto your heels. And the reason to come onto your heels is because then your feet become your little petals. And here we have a lotus. Bow your head, the shape of a lotus. Now, some of you might want to be a very brave lotus. You're going to hold your shins and do what we just did a minute ago and lift your legs and then let your fingers spread like lotus petals. So your feet, your knees, your hands are, and your head are petals of the lotus. Or not, and come back down. Let's just rest a moment. And come on to your hands and knees. Come to Padmasana, the table pose. Wrists under shoulders or slightly forward. Knees under hips. Let's do some cats and dogs here. So you're going to send your heart down and forward as you curl your spine towards the mat in a dog spine. On an exhale, you're going to send your spine up to the sky in an arch shape. And continue at your own pace. Next time you're in your dog shape, come into cat and pause here for a moment. Send your hips to your heels. Walk your hands away. You want to keep them extended overhead. Come up onto the fingertips of your right hand. Look under your right arm. Flatten your right hand to the mat and do that on the other side, coming onto your left fingertips, looking under your left arm. Flatten both hands on the mat, lift your hips, come forward, send your hips forward, send your heart between your arms, lengthen your legs behind you. Inhale, exhale, send your hips to your heels. Inhale, come forward again. Turn under your toes, lift your knees away from the mat. Send your hips up to the sky for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Send your heels towards the mat, your chest towards your thighs. Push the mat away energetically with your hands, and then begin to walk your dog. Then when both your heels are back down towards the mat, you're going to come forward and bring your left knee down to the mat underneath your left hip. Swivel your right foot on the mat, fan open to the right. You're going to send your right arm alongside your right ear, your toes for another side body stretch in the opposite direction. And then you're going to send your arm down so that your fingers are pointed to the mat. On an inhale, you're going to lift your arm to the ceiling, lift your leg with it. Exhale, circle your arm around, let your foot come down. So as you lift up, your leg and arm comes up. As you come down, your arm and leg comes down, and continue making these circles, lifting your legs. It's almost as if when your leg comes back, it pulls your leg, your arm pulls your leg up with it. All right. Let's pause, come back down, bring your hips to your heels, come to child's pose. Extend your arms overhead, bring your knees a little bit closer together, lift your hips, come forward, lengthen your legs behind you. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Begin to send your shoulders and your hips forward, bring your right knee down under your hip. Swivel your foot, fan open. Side body stretch. Bring your arm down, pointing to the mat. Then lift it, lift your leg and make circles with your arm, sending your leg up every time your arm goes up. Once more. Bring it down, child's pose. Slide your hands, your arms back toward your knees as you come to sit on your heels. Look forward. Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring that prayer to your heart. Inhale, lift your arms, interlace your fingers, reverse your hands so that your palms are facing upward. Inhale, exhale, stretch to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. If this is uncomfortable for you, to have your hips toward on your heels, take a blanket, put it between your legs and your hips to come on down. A block will work too, right? That might make that a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, then lift, interlace, reverse, and come over to the right, center to the left, center, release. Arms up overhead, bring your hands to the mat, come back up to table. Step your hands forward, send your hips forward, and make circles with your hips. And then when you're forward again, go in the other direction. Then when your hips are back toward your heels, slide your hands to your knees and then begin to make your way up to stand. Right. Come to your mountain, Tadasana. You know what you need to do. Come into your most beautiful mountain. Inhale, exhale, and as you exhale, and you're going to bend your knees and come all the way down to a squat. You're going to inhale and bring your legs up to straight. Bring your hands together, and as your hands come down, you bend your knees, bring your hips down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And pause. Step your feet far away from each other. Allow them to angle a little so that when you bend down, you'll have your knees over your toes, your middle toes, and you're going to come down as far as you comfortably can. It might be just this far. You might be able to sit all the way down. Wherever you are, bring your hands together in the lotus bud. You're going to sweep that bud up out from the mud. You're going to push your feet into the mat. And as you come up, you're going to open up your hands into the lotus flower. Little finger yoga. In the evening, the lotus petals close up, coming back to darkness to protect the jewel in the lotus. Come back down, all the way down, as far as your body will let you today. And you're going to push through the darkness, coming up to the light, opening up to the light of day. Let's do this one more time, squatting down, very good for all of us. Yeah. Push your feet into the mat, rise above the darkness, into the light. Open up your arms, shake out your legs. Right. So I brought you up because I wanted us to do that lotus exercise, but also because we need to do things like squatting and maybe a little balance. So let's see if we can do a type of lotus here in a balancing pose. So bring your hands to the lotus bud. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Open your leg out to the right. You can keep your leg there, or you can bring your foot to your calf. Open up your lotus, sending it all the way up. It's a little challenging to balance, yeah? When you move your arms like that, bring your both feet down. Open your left leg out to the side, and you can keep it right here. You do not have to bring it to your calf. If you wish to, go right ahead. Little lotus bud's gonna open up. Maybe you'll fall out like I just did. And open it up. Release. Release your legs. Gonna come back down to the mat. We're going to cool down and also do a final lotus pose. So let's start at Dandasana. You're going to bend your knees, lift your arms alongside your ears. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale and bend forward from your hip joint. Reach for the outside of your feet or your ankle and fold over your legs. If you wish, you may be stretched out enough. You can flatten your knees, lengthening your legs for the Western stretch, Paschimottanasana. You're gonna look up, bring your arms alongside your ears, lift back up. Bring your hands to the mat and make your way down onto your back. Bring your feet to the mat. Lengthen your spine by lifting your hips and sending it a little bit toward your heels, just to lengthen and flatten out that curve in your back a little bit, making it a little bit more comfortable to be on your back. You're going to bring your knees into your chest. Put one hand on each knee. You're going to send your knees away and feel that curve in your lumbar spine and bring your knees back, flattening that curve to the mat. Do that a couple more times. Next time your knees are into your chest, you're going to send them away from each other. You're going to lift your feet a little bit. We're not going to do happy baby. We're going to do something like it. You're going to bring your arms inside your legs, and you're going to thread your arms underneath the calf, your calves, and bring your hands, your fingers reaching for the sky. You're going to lift your head and shoulders to create Supta Padmasana, the lotus on your back, the lotus flower. Allow your head and shoulders to come down. Pause just for a moment more. Unthread your arms. Bring your feet to the mat. Grab a block or a blanket or whatever you have handy, or nothing at all. And lift your hips. Slide the block underneath your sacrum. Send your legs up to the sky for legs against the wall, the invisible wall. Allowing your whole body to cool off. Allowing the excess fluids to drain from your legs. Remember, your legs should be directly over your hips as if Your hips and your legs are resting against a wall. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, lift your hips, remove any prop you might have under your hips. You're going to keep your knees bent and send your arms out to the side. You're going to send both your knees over to the right, your gaze to the left. You're going to bring your knees and head through center and over to the other side. You're going to bring your knees to center. And then you'll make your way into Shavasana, allowing your legs to naturally splay open, your arms alongside your body, but you want to rotate your arms so that your fingers are pointing upwards. They're curled in the shape of a lotus up to the sky. Feel your lotus blossom, feel your whole body just above the earth, glowing in the light. As you allow your back body to be grounded to the earth. Take a deep breath. Then let it go. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet in the opposite direction for a full body stretch, big, big yawn. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Come to center, release your legs, roll over onto your left side to expose the sun side to prepare you for the day ahead. And when you're ready, make your way up to sit, bringing your hands together at your heart when you get there. Bring your hands into the shape of the lotus bud. And as you allow your lotus flower to come up from the darkness into the light by opening your petals, let's seal this practice and the journey into lightness with the chanting of Om. Take in a breath. Om. Thank you so much for being with me today. If you are staying for meditation, make yourself comfortable in your seat, your feet to the ground or your hips to the ground. Your hands on your thighs or in Dhyana Mudra with your dominant hand over your other hand. Your thumbs can come together or not, making a little bowl shape with your hands. But you want to be comfortable here. So bring your hands to wherever is most comfortable. Begin to follow your breath with your eyes closed. Notice the journey your natural breath makes as it cools your nostrils, fills your lungs. And then as you exhale, that oxygen that you just brought in is making its way throughout your body. Now imagine yourself as if you were the seed that's planted below the mud, deep below the mud. Thick mud around you. And as you sprout and you begin to open up your seeds, you reach up, but you still don't see the lightness. But you are strong. You breathe in strength and courage. You exhale and rise up. You breathe in and you come up above the mud. You breathe out and you feel the next step in your journey. You breathe in, you rise above into the murky waters. Inspired by your ability to come up from deep struggles, you breathe in more courage. You exhale and feel your success. You look around and you still feel the murky water, the algae wanting to cling to you, but you breathe in, you rise above, you shed any obstacles. You exhale and let go. You inhale and keep rising up. You can see the beginning of the light. Your struggles are still there. With every disappointment, you continue. Breathe in that stamina. Exhale and rise. Breathe in and shed everything that was holding you back, any grief, any pain, any anguish of any kind. Breathe in and rise above. Exhale, let it all go. Breathe in and allow your young sprout to rise above the surface. Looking at how far you have come despite all the challenges. Breathe in and rise higher above the surface of the water. Breathe in and rise up gloriously. Breathe in as you feel the sunlight on your face. You'll open up. Every petal opens up. And they're perfect pink, perfect white, perhaps. The white of purity, the pink of healing, the color of healing, and the color of purity. Choose which you want. And feel your petals strengthening you, keeping you tall and absorbing the light. You've made a successful journey from all the trials and tribulations of a lifetime and come up above it all to absorb the light, your light. Feel that light warming your face. Aware now of all the power you hold to allow you to make this amazing journey. feel the bright light. See the sun in the sky giving you more energy and power. And follow the sun as it makes its journey back down behind the horizon, changing the color of the sky, making beautiful sweeps of green and of gold and pink along the horizon as it hides behind the earth. And you close your petals to protect the jewel that you are, to protect. And with each and every sunlight, break of day, whether there are clouds or not, with each break of day, you open your petals to absorb the light, to be enlightened, to rise above, to know who you are. Allowing the light of divinity inside. Bring your hands together at your heart. Hold them close against your heart so that you can feel your pure heart. Bow your head. And as you lift your head from the darkness up, open your eyes into the light. Open them wide. And thank you all for being with me today.